Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So today we are running the Mono Black Demons list that's been doing the rounds recently. So this is essentially kind of Rakdos Demons, but cutting out the red. So you do lose things like Fear of Missing Out, maybe Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but you get some more other powerful black cards and a more consistent mana base. And this does seem to be the most popular version of this archetype at the moment. It is seeing a lot of play. I mean, as with all of these, it feels increasingly like false advertising to describe it as a demons deck, given that we've got vampires, more vampires, praetors, zombies, but very few actual demons. But the Annex and the Ritual Chamber are very much the card that this deck is built around. So yeah, still demons for now. Be interesting actually to see, now that we know that Dark Confidant is coming in Final Fantasy, whether that will change the shape of any of these black decks, because Dark Confidant does not combine well with this card. A tasty 8 damage to the face from drawing this. So yeah, that's worth bearing in mind. But the moving into mono black does give us access to a couple of new cards. So we've got the Qarsi Revenant, which is much more powerful, Nighthawk Scavenger. 3/3 flying Death Touch lifelink, and then you can renew it from the graveyard to give all of those abilities to another creature. And we're also running one copy of Scavenger Regent, which is a good 4/4, but also with a kind of mass removal spell sorcery attached to it. And then in terms of the rest of the deck, not a huge surprise in the kind of build, there's a lot of familiarity here. The Gifted Aetherborn is probably the most obvious addition that playing mono black lets you use. 2/3 Death Touch lifelink for 2. We've also got some Lilianas of the Veil, Murderous Riders, and then Invoke Despair in the main deck, which normally for the Rakdos version of this deck you would only find in the sideboard. But here, as I say, the mana base does allow us to do that. So we can have an Invoke Despair, a couple of Invoke Despairs in the main board, and an Aklazotz as well. Another creature that's not a demon. So yeah, pretty self-explanatory if you are aware of what the demons lists generally look like. Just powerful mid-range threats, early interaction, sort of building up to potentially an Annex on 3 or a Ritual Chamber on 5, and yeah, closing out the game that way. Mana base, yeah, as I say, pretty simple. Swamps, Urborg, obviously turning all of our colourless lands into swamps helps as well. Mutavault becoming a demon, that's an interaction which we're pretty familiar with by this point. Then in terms of the sideboard, so we got that additional hand disruption, some more interaction with Nowhere to Run, Withering Torment, kind of bring those in depending on what the opponent's playing. Nowhere to Run is great against cards like Screaming Nemesis or Heartfire Hero. Damping Sphere for those decks which are running those powerful multi-mana producing lands, or try to cast lots of spells. Extinction Event, so we've got one mass removal spell here to go alongside our Scavenger Regent. Kalitas, which is kind of pseudo graveyard hate as well as being a good anti-aggro card. Leyline of the Void is our actual graveyard hate, and then a couple more Invoke Despairs as well. This is a pretty good anti-control card if the opponent's running Planeswalkers, big splashy enchantments, that kind of thing. So yeah, Mono Black Demons. You'll recognise the list. Let's see how it plays. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, let's take it on to the ladder. Well, yeah, this is slightly awkward actually, with only having one swamp. I still think it's a keep because we could potentially go and get a second swamp, but it's not ideal. Well, let's take a look in their hand, shall we? Okay, so they are probably a Phoenix deck. think I'll just take Treasure Cruise before that becomes a problem. Trespass is quite a good turn 3 play, actually. So we'll exile one of their instant sorcerers. But yep, they could have responded with a Fiery Impulse, but they'd have had to discard a card. Looks like they may well do it anyway. Yep. That's fine. That's a pretty reasonable 2-for-1 for us. Okay. Somewhat annoying that we haven't drawn another land. That's fine. We could use our Field of Ruin. Eventually. So they kept whatever that card was. I wonder if it's a Treasure Cruise or something. Yep, looks like it might have been. So they've restocked quite effectively, but they don't have a huge amount of board presence, so let's just blow up their steam vents. Do we want to get Liliana down, start attacking their hand? Not really until I know whether they've got a Phoenix in there, I suppose. Then, not really doing anything else either. So I think... You know what? I think I am going to do it. Because if they don't have Phoenix, then Liliana's just going to start ticking up. No, okay. So that was worth a punt, I think. Without any creatures, Liliana starts to become quite a challenging threat, but they are going to be able to Quarry Steel Cutter. Steel Cutters in the main deck. Seems to be where Phoenix is going, a little bit more than just having them in the sideboard, which is kind of the conclusion I reached, but
do not touch me again.
Okay, well that's good. So we'll go to discard. I think we could lose Aklazots.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
And I think I'm just gonna get some creatures down. A second Steel Cutter, huh? Okay, well that's pretty good. And a Prankster as well. Okay, well everything's going well for our opponent. And they can pick up a Treasure Cruise. Oof. Very nice. I think we'll probably struggle to win from here. Yeah, do you know what? I think I'll skip this one up. So, for Phoenix, I definitely want Leyline of the Void. I think Go Blank's pretty good as well. So is Damping Sphere. The hand disruption seems a bit weak. So take that out. And probably an Invoke Despair as well. Yeah, let's take out both Invoke Despairs and have Extinction Event. Just maximise our chance of being able to exile stuff. So being a black deck, we don't have a huge number of good answers to Steel Cutter. This is a fairly decent hand, but it's a little reactive. Huh. Well, thanks for playing. Okay, well, that hopefully will be a counterspell that they then won't be able to use on a Leyline of the Void. I think we'll get ready to go blank them next turn. Seems to be a pretty reasonable move. Go for it. They may well have another prankster. Looks like they probably do. And a negate. Okay, well, negate's not quite as good when I can see that they've got it. So we'll see if they are willing to tap out. They are not. Okay. Okay, so I shall just chill. Well, that will eventually come in handy once I draw another creature, which may well be never. Ooh, now that is a tempting one. Yeah. Because they'd have to, if they have a lightning axe, they'd have to lose their entire hand to kill the Scavenger Regent. Spicy. Blade, and I think pass the turn is fine here. No point playing any of our non-creature spells. Yeah, this negate is actually not doing them a huge amount of favours here, just because they're constantly holding up 2 mana. Okay, that's a 2 mana Treasure Cruise, which, you know, it's not bad, but it's not 1 mana. That's how we make ourselves feel better. Yes, yes, yes. We like to see them hitting their own life total. Okay, well, let's keep going. Well, it's probably more mana efficient to just do this. Okay, they are going for the Phoenix play. Oh, not another treasure cruise. Why do they always have another treasure cruise? Oh, maybe they don't. Okay, I apologise for complaining prematurely. Okay, we're down to 4 life now. What have they got? What have they got? Okay. Now do they have a treasure cruise? Looks like they do now. My complaining was only 1 turn premature. Yep. Well, this ley line's been shit, hasn't it? Okay, looks like we're going for... Are they going to try and hold up in the gate? Nope, they're just going to try and do the maximum. Okay, well, they do have 3 Phoenixes. Wow, these few turns have been pretty good for them, haven't they? He said, without a hint of bitterness. Again, just need another land, really. So I can get rid of all of these, but then I can't do anything else. And they just get another turn. I still think that's worth doing. Because that's 3 Phoenixes they now no longer have in their library. And I'm on 29 life. Okay, they got a steel cutter. So I got some options for killing that. Not sure I actually need to yet. I'm on quite a lot of life. Just start playing some creatures. I'll take one of mine now just to get them to 3. Then at least I'm presenting several lethal threats. Okay, well that can't block at least. well, they've certainly drawn themselves out of this hole. But they are potentially in danger from this if they attack too aggressively. No, I didn't think they would. Okay, well, let's start. We don't have any other choice but to negate this. Yep. So I could attack and they'd have to double block this, which I think is a pretty fine thing to be doing. Yeah, so hit them down to 1. If they whiff on a land, I mean if they just draw a land, then we might have something going on. Yeah, it looks like they only have 1 spell. Interesting. Okay. Well,
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win. Off you go.
I think I'll ley Line of the Void now. Just 1 life that they're on. A Trespasser does it. Quite a lot of things do it actually. An Unholy Annex.
Dying today.
Not that. Yeah, I've got so many outs. Okay, well, let's try. So I'm going to immediately unlock the Ritual Chamber because I think a 6/6 is harder to kill. Yep. I think if I'd activated my Mutavault, they might have found a way to kill it. So, I think Withering Torment and Kalitas in. What don't I like in this matchup? I probably don't like Liliana that much, particularly on the draw. That can go out, and so can one of these annexes. Shieldred's quite good against Phoenix. Felt like we just never drew anything at all really in that second game. We did get there, but it's a struggle. Yep, this'll do. Okay. Well, at least Trespasser will give us some graveyard hate, even if it is fairly incidental. Okay, there's Phoenix number 1. Would be great if they could whiff here. Okay, brilliant. Right, well, that makes our lives a lot easier here. So we'll chomp. Chomp on a Phoenix. And we got Shieldred next turn. Yep, no, they did not like that at all. Okay. Oh, that was hard fought, but good game. Yorian. Yeah, I think I'm going to ship this one. Definitely going to ship this one. Okay, both players go to 5. Won't this be a fun game? So yeah, let's put back Mutavol and I think Shieldred. And I think we're just relying on our Annex to get us to where we need to be. Okay, I'll just draw another Shieldred then. Should that have been Blade? Well, I suppose this counteracts the life loss anyway. I could see an argument either way. So they're on mono white tokens. This wedding announcement is going to be pretty good. Fortunately, got some card draw material going on. Ooh, a perilous snare. Okay, well, we have at least drawn a card. No, fourth land is quite annoying. I would quite like to have got a Shieldred down. These go for the throats feel a bit heinous against a tokens deck. As does Liliana, but I suppose it is a... let's just play it.
Enough with the mysteries. I'm tired of your secrets.
Do really need that fourth land. Okay, Restoration is at least not a creature.
Fine, I'll take my zombies and leave.
Right, well, Shieldred's good. So play him. They'll go to 11 when they draw. What have they got in their graveyard at the moment? Not much. Yeah, they can ramp. That's fine. Yeah. No. 7 cards is so many. Oh, there go my cards. There go my creatures. Double ossification. If only I had a way of blowing up that land. And they're at max speed as well, so they can start growing their creatures. Yeah, it's looking pretty grim. Yeah, Malta 5 definitely hurt us more than it hurt them. Right, so Duress in, Kalitas in, Extinction Event in, Withering Torment in. 6 cuts to make. This is, I think these go for the throats are bad. Fatal Push is okay at least because it's only 1 mana. Invoke Despair. I suppose it's a clean answer to Elspeth. Maybe I do want more of them actually. Yeah, let's put all of those in. Murderous Rider out. Liana very much out. Yeah, ditch 2 Fatal Pushes. 1-for-1 removal is absolutely useless against what they're doing. It's still not a great hand. I'll put back Torment, I think, for now. Double Castle Lochthwain feels hideous. Okay, Urborg at least reduces that problem a little. Start building up to casting an Invoke Despair. And another one, eh? Well, let's hope we hit that 5th land. Okay, wedding announcements. Not terrible. I think if they want to sack both their creatures to kill my blade, that's fine. Yep. Because little do they know the Invoke Despair is coming for them. And I can draw a card at the end of turn as well, actually. I think it's probably worth doing. I do like this mono white token system. It didn't do brilliantly when I played it, but I think it's been a little bit tuned since then. What have they got here? Maybe something like an Iganjo? Do I care that much? I don't think I do. Just trying to think what this deck runs that could be instant speed. Well, let's make them have it. No. Okay, so I shall simply invoke to spare them. So they lose their creature, their wedding announcement, 2 life, and I'll draw a card. Seems pretty good. Okay, just one of their creatures. And an annex. Yep, there's Elspeth.
So long as we fight, hope cannot die.
That's good. Okay, well. And I'll do it again. Don't think I won't. And a fatal push as well. It's all very spicy. Don't want to use that quite yet, because I want to be able to kill this Enduring Innocence and exile it with Kalitas. Well, keep the beats coming. Yeah. Just play Annex, I think. Don't think we lose a huge amount by doing that. I might have a Get Lost or something. No Helios intervention. Okay, that's fine. It's all fine. It's fine. Ouch. That must hurt. I mean, they're dead. Not quite. That's not a good exchange for them, though. Yep. Okay. Do I want to go blank on the draw? I think I probably do. Sub out 1 Annex. Yeah, that's fine. Oh god, these mana bases are horrific. I feel like the number of yeah, Trespasser maybe. For the number of like swamps we're running, we have suffered quite badly. Huh. I think I'll kill. I think I'll grab Ossification here. It's probably the best of their removal spells. This gives us map tokens at least, and that's conditional to the number of planes they control. Am I willing to offer up my Blade of the Oni to a Lay Down Arms? I think I probably am. Yep. It's A-okay with me. As much as I would potentially have liked to Thoughtseize there. I mean, Urian is a 4/5. But playing Urian just as a 4/5 never feels great. Okay, yep. That's kind of good for me, I think. Yeah, I'd rather, I think, get card out of their hand before I play Aclazots. For example, Elspeth. Don't want that in their hand. Yeah, they're not rushing to destroy my castle Lochthwain, at least, but I am. But I am going to destroy their Nykthos. Fine. They can scry. I've got more cards. It's all very close, I think. Yeah, I think they've just realised that whatever they do here, that card's getting shuffled away. Which is awkward, isn't it? Something I can invoke Despair would, of course, be tip-top here. Isn't that interesting? So I could use Extinction Event just to kill Urian. Which seems fine, I think, at this point in the game. Gets rid of their flying threat, and now they're kind of forced into a situation where they might have to try and double, like, use Get Lost and discard a card. Okay, Enduring Innocence is quite good. But they don't have any way of generating creatures at the moment. Still need an Invoke Despair. That's not an Invoke Despair. So I think I will now actually hold back with Regent. I'm going to try and bait them into using this Get Lost. If they blow up one of my lands, I will. Is that good? That's not good, is it? Because I'll just destroy their other Field of Ruin and they're down a land. And I'm not. And then I'll Fatal Push their Enduring Innocence. Just so it's no longer... I mean, it comes back as an enchantment, obviously, but at least it's no longer a creature. Two cards off Caretaker's Talent is a problem. Oh, well... Let's destroy that now. Oh, I'm not currently winning this race. Yeah, they've got 4 cards. That Caretaker's Talent was an absolutely crucial draw. I think we'll probably lose from here. Unless they've got, like, land, Get Lost. Doesn't seem likely, does it? Okay, that itself doesn't do anything. And Aetherborn is a source of life gain. Pull the trigger. Do it. Nope, they're still holding back. Well, I'll play Gifted Aetherborn. Okay. Am I willing to go to 3 here? I think I probably am, to draw a card. Okay, there's Aetherborn again. Sadly can't attack, I don't think, now, but let's play Aetherborn and Aquazots. They've got 2 removal spells, I do lose. Oh, God. It's tense, very tense. I'm tense, are you tense? I'm very tense. Where's my Invoke Despairs? Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Bugger. Yeah, their top decks have definitely been higher impact than mine, let's put it that way. So they can get me down to 1. Well, thanks for playing. Okay, how's this going to work? So, is there any way of me actually winning? I suppose it depends on what I draw from Invoke Despair. It's got to be worth a try, hasn't it? Well, I suppose they only have 1 creature on the board. So if they don't have a removal spell, it seems unlikely, doesn't it? But they do have to discard a card to be able to use it. God, this is tense, isn't it? Okay, Invoke Despair again. Am I going to attack? I've got to. We're both on 1. They don't have any creatures. Ah! Just don't do anything. I mean, if they got a removal spell that costs them both their cards, that's kind of okay. Ha! Nice. Okay, well, I think we attack. We've got 8 mana to play Qarsi Revenant and Ritual Chamber. So now need 2 removal spells. Rakdos is not a removal spell. Ah, wow. What a back and forth. What a great game. Don't think I'll ever emotionally recover, but what a great game. Yeah, well, there's the power of Mono Black Demons. There's some pretty potent top decks from both players in that last game. Invoke Despair and other things. Yeah, just about managed to get away with it with 1 life remaining. Yeah, nice, very nice. Yep, powerful deck, as expected. There's some cards I'm not 100% sure about, like the Murderous Riders felt pretty bad there. May have just been the decks we were playing against. But yeah, on the whole, pretty good. Yeah. So, that's the deck. I'm going to go and lie down. That was exhausting, but thank you very much for watching. As I say, here's the deck one more time. This is in the comments, in the description rather, so let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.